Just testing. Hello. Oh, just got my comfy chair. Let's just see if we're working. Now, let me just check my stats. Now, this is just so that I can. I'm a little bit high, let's see, because I'm still on painkillers. My skin looks like trash. But if you don't know, I'm recovering from surgery. 6 days ago, I had pretty major fucking thing, so bear with me. But this is my first go with the new iMac, and my last stream didn't go so well, actually. Let me just, so this is actually mostly a tech test, and also I've got a new plugin for OBS, which is really great, that automatically crops things to like the vertical format. And so I can build scenes and stuff so that I can start doing shorts and I can start doing TikTok and I can start doing all those things without all the fucking work that goes into them. So I'm also just trying to figure out, like, there's a few sort of things that I've got to figure out, because the more that I can do live, right, the more that, I can do. Oh, look at my hands. My hands are a mess. But the more things that obviously that I can do live, the less like post-production. Because if it doesn't happen live and it needs editing, unless it's going to be like a clip, it's just not going to happen. Oh, Matt's here. Hello, Matt. Okay, so can I let me just tinker with things, because I've got a vertical video thing here that I just really want to test, because I would like it to show up so that then if we have our clippable moments, our TikTok moments, because I have actually been watching some stuff in the downtime about, and we can't not do shorts. Now, hopefully the sound is a little better. Let me get my stats up. I'm so annoyed about the last stream because the content was actually really, really good. But the sound was unbearable and I feel really bad about it. But just give me one sec. I think I may have resolved most of the problems. Let's see how we go. Oh, the Stream Elements bot showed up. So anyway, can you tell I'm not actually not on that many painkillers. I'm on basically the same, just slightly higher level of painkillers that I'm normally on every day. So it's not too bad. But yes, do tell me if like there's lag or anything. I will of course be watching this back. Sorry if I fidget. I've still obviously got a lot of like post-surgical discomfort. But yeah, Wife of Doom maybe not showing. Okay, yeah, I figure she's jet lagged. Yeah. Taya's stream sponsored by Powerade Zero Sugar for the foreseeable future, and trying to figure out how I can make little Easter eggs liquid. I am actually, do you know what? Like, I think when you have a lot of surgeries, you learn. I think you learn over time what works. And I'll tell you what: if you're ever having surgery, get out of bed as soon as you can get out of bed. Get up, even if it hurts. Just get up. Okay, start walking, even if it's like 5 steps. Do that. Okay, get up. Stay hydrated. Fucking stay on top of your pain. Don't be a martyr. Like, just take what you need to get through the pain. Like, it's very unusual that I take more than, well, I look miraculously well for somebody who's been through, like the kind of procedures that I've been through. Like, it's not just it wasn't just a straightforward like revision surgery. It was a repair. So I actually, the surgeon actually said the surgeon that I used was actually is one of the guys that like is the last port of call for like all of the bad shit. And he said, "You have the worst insides I've seen. Took me 8 times longer than I expected." He's so funny. He's very direct and very sweet. But yeah, so hopefully the sound, I did do a test. It seems to be okay. Yeah. Yeah, but he just walked in. It was so funny. He just walked in. He just sat down. He still had his scrubs on. It was actually really funny. He had his scrubs on and he's like, the funny, the hat that surgeons, you know, the scrub hat that surgeons used to look zany, so that it's all bright. He walks in and he just flops in, puts his leg over the arm of the chair and goes, "You forgot the worst insides I've ever seen." He said, "But I fixed it." It was very funny. It's very funny. But yeah, so but it is funny because I have been told that every time, you know, like that I have these things, it's always some sort of mess. You know, like when I had my anyway, too much talk. But yeah, I tend to get, I'm just one of those people that I get like adhesions, I get keloids, you know, I tend to get all these things, but I do heal really quickly. Just not correctly. Yeah, he was talking. Yeah, it wasn't my vagina. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, thanks for that. So anyway, I hope everyone's well. I kind of dropped off the planet, but it's funny actually because so much like I just like I took a break and then I logged on to Twitter and you know like I think oh my god I think I need to just change tack with some of this stuff, man. It's just, you know, like I don't know what else can be done because I stay on these things to try and, you know, keep people's last synapse of ignorance from snapping. But it does feel a lot like the people that hang on Twitter are just not reachable anymore. Like even people that follow me, even people who know that I know things, even people who know that I'm an expert in certain things, they will still, I'll just sit there and I'll just see them reacting to something that's just false and they could ask me and they don't. They just run with the thing. They just run with it. And it's just like, okay, well, how do you reach people that don't want to be reached? And I think the answer to that is, well, you try to reach people who do. But I think that I've just taken on too much of a fucking, it's just, I don't know whether it's a lost cause or not. I really don't. And, you know, obviously the code base being open, like this whole thing, I'll talk about it when I've got, you know, more function, more brain gooder. But, you know, I have looked at the source code. There's a lot from there that we can glean. There is stuff that can be improved. I have tried to get Twitter to hire me to work on certain problems. They don't seem open to doing that, not because of me or what. I don't know I just don't know what's going on anymore. I just don't know. Like this whole thing with Matt Taibbi and the Substack links, everyone jumps to the worst. It's so hard to know what's true because there's obviously what you know from the inside of the industry, which is that most things are likely just a fucking bug, okay? 80% of the cases, the things that people think are malicious are just a bug or something that is an unintended consequence, especially for like old legacy tech, right? The Doge logo was fucking hilarious, right? It was funny. The NPR thing I think was fair. You know, there's all these things. And I'm on board. And I'm not one of those people that sort of doubles down and goes, oh, you know, Musk can do no wrong. I'm just trying to steel man it and trying to understand it. And it doesn't, I'm just trying to be, just trying to add some expertise. But then I add expertise and no one fucking listens anyway. So it's like, well, what's the fucking point? He didn't have the, okay, Matt, you know better than this. He didn't halve the value of the company. He took it private, okay? There's likely it's going to be worth half. He overpaid for it anyway. It's going to be half the value. It's a private company. It's no longer on the stock market, so it's going to be worth less. That's just, stop repeating bullshit. I expect it from fucking idiots on Twitter. I don't expect it from fucking people who watch me. Because I repeat bullshit. It's like that. You know that about the industry, right? When it goes from public to private, the value decreases. That's going to happen. And it was overpaid for anyway. And again, I think it's about understanding the kind of product problems that are trying to be solved. But the problem is that there's just so much bad faith around this product. And it's like, how do you even begin to rescue this? Because I've been looking at the source code, right? I don't know Scalar well enough. It's just it's a version of Java. So obviously, if you can code in OO, you can roughly sort of, there's more of a learning curve in the code because of, it's in a different language. But I do know like the basics of Java, and I can sort of work my way through the code. And I have been relying on the analysis of those who are, engineers. And, there are real issues here that we could actually solve from a product level. But this is the thing where I go, well, is it even worth doing in good faith? Because it's a nice problem. I like the problem. Like I love, like the idea of being able to solve some of these problems is obviously very appealing to someone like me because it's attractive. I want to figure out how to solve. It's like fucking Dr. House. It's like it's a puzzle, and I want to figure out how to solve the problem. And looking at Twitter's, code and seeing, certain things that I will go through it. Like I said, this is not an analysis thing. This is just, I'm obviously fucking, not in a position to be doing analysis. But you bit, fuck off, Matt. Don't troll, fucking, don't. Ow. Motherfucker, don't troll me. I know, but it's just frustrating because this is the stuff that I have to sit and look at all day. And it's just annoying because it's like, I just get annoyed because I just don't get, I don't know what, well, first of all, I don't know what my fucking role in any of it is because no one listens to anything I say. I don't know what I should be doing to make a living. I don't know obviously you've got fucking AI like coming up the rear, right? In more ways than one, because we're going to be ass fucked, most of us who work in professional services, trying to figure out how, whether it's even worth writing a course, whether it's even worth, it's already hard enough to reach people who don't want to be reached. With AI, is it even worth spending the time writing educational content below to the average person? Because the average person is going to get so fucking lazy that they're just going to take everything on face value. But most people won't even go on Wikipedia to see what the political spectrum is before opening their mouths. Do you think, I don't understand. And you sit there and you go, well, okay, so the biggest problem you've got is obviously trying to educate your average person. Or do I just go, fuck, I mean, obviously I know I'm studying law, so the legal issues around this is where I'm going to end up. I'm just sort of like, but then there's a part of me that's like, well, what are we fighting? What are we fighting for? Who are we fighting for? Like, I know that these are big problems. It's just fucking, Sorry, I just saw your chat, man. Ow. Oh, 10 print. Hello, 20 go to 20. Yeah. But it's the thing is I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself. Like, because I sit there and this happened yesterday, Good Friday. Nothing against this client. But I was just doing my thing. I was I was editing some new intro videos for this and some, just doing some creative assets and stuff, working on some blog posts and stuff. And then I get an email with just a dumb question, a question that could be just, first of all, it was on a Good Friday. Second of all, I'm recovering from surgery, and I've said that I'm recovering from surgery. And third of all, it was a dumbass question that could have waited. And it's just and it was the same kind of question that I was being asked in 2005. And there was just something that just fucking deflated me. And it's just like, is this what I am? Am I just a logo designer to these to everyone? Is this just my life? Am I now relegated? Should I just go and do night fill at fucking at Bunnings? Like, I'd be better off. I'd be paid more for a start. And it's just like you sit there and you go, what have I done for 25 years? I have wasted my fucking life. And it's like, okay, well, what do I do next? What do I do? Okay. Do I go into ethical AI? Do I go into AI? I mean, obviously, obviously I'm studying law because at the moment that seems to be the area, but that could change too. But, where's the work? To be a lawyer, I'm going to have to put up with shit. And it's just like, okay, well, where are the options for people? And it's just like, well, there's no options in content anymore because if you watch how the marketing people are they're going to ruin AI within 3 seconds. They already have. They've ruined content. They're going to ruin content. It's nothing. You're not going to be able to know what's true or not, what's good quality, what's not. And, like I said this before, I think on a previous stream about AI, yes, there is always a market for bespoke. There's always a market for people who know who I am. Trust me, my 25-year footprint is always going to be there. It's, something that, you can bank on. But at the end of the day, you're going to be competing with people with a lot more money. They're going to be competing with a lot more resources that, can just buy up all the shit. Right now, if I had the unlimited resources, what I would do is because I've been looking at some of the AI platforms, right? And I'd be looking at what kind of niche platforms that I could use to leverage sort of some of these AI platforms, right? I'd be looking at some sort of something, But even then, it's just like, oh, what's the point? Because the rich kids will beat us to the punch and they'll do a worse job. And yeah, it's just whatever. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. No. That's cool. But don't worry about that. I'm not bitching. I'm just saying that it's more just a broader existential thing, which is that it is so tempting to just go fuck it and just do the bad shit, make a fuck ton of money and spend 5 years doing the worst shit imaginable for a lot of money and then retire. But, and it becomes more and more tempting. I tell you that. And it's just it's really funny how all the things that I was saying were going on with Twitter algorithmically, reverse engineering it, having not seen the code, right? It's happening now. It's there in the code, and you go, okay. The link thing was surprising, and I'll go through that next week when I'm feeling a bit better. But it's just well, okay, well, good. I get paid in being correct. Yay. All right. Well, what now? You can't put that on your CV. Being right all the time is not on your CV because if you don't get an invite into the rooms, if you don't get the project, if you can't, Twitter won't look at you if you haven't built a fucking $1 million project or these things. And that requires you to already have the networks to build the $1 million projects. It doesn't matter how smart you are. You get what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things where it's not so much, it's not, see, and Beck said it's midlife crisis, but it's not midlife crisis. I don't think it's not that. It's that it's got nothing to do with that actually, because it's it's never midlife crisis for me anyway, because I've always assumed I'm going to die tomorrow. But it really is just, how do I provide value? I don't know what the next step is. If it's not because I think that the midlife crisis thing is more of an evolution when you do that whole, oh well, I did everything they told me for all these years and I went 9 to 5 and there's nothing and I'm not happy. That's not the case. For me, I'm always, well, what's next? For me, I just generally don't know what the best move is, because it's well, all right, well, anyway. There's this fucking whatever. It's all too personal for online. But it's just you go, it is a life dissonance, and it is, there is a dissonance there. But, obviously I know I do a lot of thinking about this. And it runs a bit deeper than that, which is that it's not, I think that kind of thing is a bit gaslighty, which is the fact that, no, some of this stuff is actually external. Some of this stuff is actually other people's fault. It's not a midlife crisis if it's someone else's fault, or if Twitter fucked this up and fucked their users and there's no recourse, and you have specific skills that can actually help, and they are close to that. Same thing with people who won't be taught. You know, if you come out of the womb already cynical, then, you know, that more power to you. But I still believe, you know, I still believe that people should, you just got to say the right thing in the right way and people will be interested, you know, like that. You can't go through life assuming that, you know, anyway. But I'm just saying that, you know, some things are just class that you just go, you're not welcome. You're screened out from birth, you know, for a certain personality type. And, you know, I just wish I'd been told that I was not welcome earlier because I wouldn't have bought it. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, anyway. But then it's like, well, do I make my own thing? But if I try to make my own thing, then I need the money to do that. It's like I could make 100 different things I had before, but I'm not doing another startup because I can't. I don't have any left in me. Well, I have lots of ideas left, but I don't have the energy left in me. You know, it's like, well, what do? You know, the only option is to go work in the fucking dark agencies and just do the bad work and get all the money, you know, because it's like, well, you know, none of the big tech companies will hire me based on being correct about Twitter, you know. They go, where's your book? Where's your papers? Well, my papers never got written because I've been too busy fucking answering dumbass questions for fucking, you know, about web shit that someone can look up for 15 years in order to survive. You see the problem, right? Anyway, that's just you know, just chat. And in pain and grumpy. I'm due for my Panadol. Anyway, now for a sponsor break. You really don't want those nudes. Trust me. No, they definitely. They definitely don't want those nudes right now. You should see I'm a mess, absolute mess. Anyway, maybe someone's got like a surgical scar fetish or something. Anyway, no, I'm not. I'm fine. You know, like everything's fine. I'm mostly just riffing. It's just And also, you know, I'm just seeing how this stream stands. But it seems to be going fairly well. If I make it 30 frames a second, the Taya Jigsaw. Yeah, Are you talking about my abdomen or are you talking about my streams? Okay, good. I think, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to do it in 1080p and you know, like my internet can handle it, the computer probably can't. But it's good. So 30p works, 30 frames a second works good as well because then I can turn the shutter speed down and I don't need as much light. So it looks better as well. It looks better lit. And I've improved the lighting. So anyway, all those things. But yeah, so, but yeah, I think it's just like, I'm not scared of AI. Like I think I've said this before, I'm not scared of these things. I'll figure it out. But the problem is that it seems so that it just seems like I've made all the wrong choices. Because in order to go into AI, they kind of, they want engineers. They don't want, they want you to have already, I don't understand how they don't value any discipline out. No, that's just engineers though. That's just them. But they don't value people who are going, you know what? People are going to be afraid of this thing. People are going to be very displaced by this thing. What are we going to do? And that's why obviously law and policy and making sure that people's basic needs are met, universal basic income, or, you know, various, you know, social housing, especially when you see that, you know, all of this property, all property is being sort of slapped up by fucking, you know, big money, and like there's that massive concentration of wealth happening that is just closing everyone out of the market. If you're not already owning your house, you know, you betcha you fucking it's very unlikely you're going to be able to get one, you know. And obviously AI is not even, honestly, you know, it's quite, I'm not afraid of AI in the sense that I'm I'm not personally afraid of AI. I'm afraid of how humans will respond to AI. Okay, I'm afraid of those that will trust it too much. I'm afraid of those that will abuse it. I mean, we'll probably get some funny shit coming out. Like I've been watching the hustle bro YouTube things about AI and how you can make $33,000 a month just by using these tools. It's like, yeah, till you get caught and you lose the trust of your audience, you dickhead. You know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, engineers. Yeah, exactly. Engineers everywhere. What do you mean AI has comms in it? Exactly. It's like, yeah, it's amazing to me. And that's another one. Speaking of people who don't want, tell me if this peeks out the mic. I'm going to raise my voice on purpose. Speaking of people who can't be reached, it's not just dumb fucks. It's also engineers who will not hear that engineering, not everything can be engineered. Not everything is a coding problem. And it's just, they're making the world circle these, technocrats are making the world circle the fucking drain because they're so fucking arrogant that they think everything is a fucking complicated problem rather than a complex problem. You can't solve complex problems with engineering. You can solve complicated ones. It's like, holy shit. Good, okay, so the gate's good. Okay, not the gate, the compression. Excellent. Okay. Engineers are a myth. Yeah, it's so frustrating. The thing that makes you a good engineer makes you a fucking megalomaniac in every other fucking area. And it really stresses me out. Every engineering team should have someone like me on it telling them that they're fucking doing the wrong thing. And I don't understand, and that should be law. That should be you need a fucking ethicist on every fucking thing. You need sign off on everything by like a team of like an ethics committee, because it's just, and I know that some teams are doing that, right? But like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's just like, holy shit. They're going to end the world. And it's just like, it's not going to be it's not going to be deliberate. It's going to be fucking World War autism, where some dumb fuck just doesn't understand people's shit and does something and sends people fucking mental and the world ends. You watch. It's going to be something stupid. Let me test my sound effects. let me test my sound effects and shit. Hang on a second. I'm all right. I'm just sort of rambling, obviously. Oh, speaking of rambling, I put it into ChatGPT. Not ChatGPT. Yes. So what I did, there's this, I've been playing with some of the plugins and shit. And there's one that will take your video transcription and then summarize it in ChatGPT. It was so funny because I took one of mine. And there's obviously, I know that I ramble a bit. Obviously, I know also that, first of all, AI, like voice recognition, generally doesn't like Australian accents anyway, okay? It struggles. Also, if you speak fast, it doesn't like you if you speak quickly. Also, it doesn't like you if you have a female voice. So there's documented stuff around bias in voice recognition software and stuff with female voices. And also the swearing with YouTube. So what it does, so the way that it works with the ChatGPT is it takes the transcript generated by YouTube and it will take that and summarize it into like points, right? And I tested it with one of my videos and it said, he, the person, that's how you know it was the transcript, obviously. Okay. Was, and also because what's really interesting is that language machines always confuse my writing style and speaking style as male. So I have a male tone and male I can't remember what the exact word is, but I've often confused like with when the early days with Twitter, when you could guess, you could, believe it or not, there are actually tells with certain language patterns that can determine sort of gender, right, or sex or whatever, right, gender roles, and that is, you know, excessive use of certain things, speaking in certain passive voice or whatever. But I've actually, because I've been in business and in tech and politics, I've actually quite deliberately trained myself out of saying, you know, just, you know, certain qualifiers and things that like read feminine. Anyway, so it's funny because it misgendered me. First off, it said, hey, this person is, I think they're talking about tech, but it was mostly about nothing. It was mostly rambling and incoherent. I'm sorry, I can't do a summary. Right. It made me laugh. I actually pinned it and made it my Twitter header graphic because I thought that it was the sickest burn and it was fucking hilarious. But also, if we break it down, I know why. Yes, I ramble. Yes, it's incoherent, all of that stuff. However, I do still make a point. I still can, you know, make whatever. But so YouTube already, the way that it does the auto captions, it blanks out swears, okay? It also includes all the ands and the ums and the buts and all of that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a fucking scrambly mess. So, but it will blank out swear words. It also doesn't like Australians. Like the auto captions on YouTube are shithouse. You know, it's so many different things. So it's just really funny to see how I can, you know, I sort of sit within the cracks of like AI and not get really detected. But it's pretty funny actually, because it really couldn't ultimately summarize my videos, right? Because I am, you know, like I said, I do ramble but it's not incoherent. It's just, you know, it's just quite funny to see that happen. So yeah, but AI is actually, you know, like there is that research, right? It's really funny. When you actually you know, where is it? There is actually this is a really good, I know, I'm sure you know about it. One of my many trillion books. But it's this one, Invisible Women, right? You can get it as an audiobook, right? This one doesn't look too crack because I bought it, but I used the audiobook because I just couldn't be asked. But it's really, really good about some of the studies with the bias. But yeah, particularly that's why women, especially Australian women, you struggle with freaking. I don't know why people fucking can have conversations with it's like Google voice, like dictation. I can't. Like I would love to be able to just dictate things I want to write. I can't. Won't understand me. It's like I don't understand what I'm saying wrong. It's like, do I have a cleft palate and don't realize? I think it's just a combination of things. But yeah, so but it is funny. But no, it is, you know, like I think it would be normal. I'm just it's just hard to know what the next step is, because I would go and join an AI team. I would go offer to work for Twitter to fix some of the problems. Like I actually messaged directly and to the issue in GitHub, because someone actually logged the issue of the platform manipulation, the mass reporting. I'll talk about that next stream. Mass reporting as exactly what I have been talking about. Without having seen the code, I reverse engineered this and I've been talking about it for years. Someone logged it as an actual issue and a bug and have been working on the problem. It's funny because someone then logged it as a cybersecurity vulnerability as well, which you know, so there's actually action being taken on these things, which I think is great. But, you know, again, what can I say? Oh, I streamed about it 3 years ago. Amazon, hire me. Like, that's not how it works. It's like they want to see, you know, what work you've done, you know. It's like, well, I spent my time reverse engineering it all. You know, but no, but anyway, so there was that what was my point? Painkillers, I fucking know. Can't remember what my point was. Oh, Well, it seems to be holding up. So that's good. The lighting is a lot better. I'm very happy with it. Looks a lot better. Shame about the face though. Sponsored by Power. Talking about Twitter. It's got electrolytes. Speaking of stupid people. Have you seen Idiocracy? Do you know what? Actually, okay, now, what I want to do. Now, this is, so you know how I was saying I'm a bit lost about what I want to do. I want to do, yes, I want to talk about tech stuff, of course. But what I want to do is I kind of want to flip this stuff on its head. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to do streams that are private and upload clips, right? As in, I'm thinking, so this is my dilemma, which is I prefer Telegram. I use Telegram for messaging friends and family and group chats for the family and all that stuff. Telegram also don't have like all those fucking problems with content ID and all that shit. So if I were to stream on Telegram, we can have a watch party. Okay, so we could watch it like, okay, I was thinking about Idiocracy. My brain went, we should watch Idiocracy, and then went from there. Okay. I always get in trouble for talking during movies, so this is a perfect opportunity for me to do that. But I was also, because I would like to start talking more about TV shows and watching videos with people and hanging out and doing, you know, we finished watching The Watcher, which I actually was like, wow, that's a very amazing, it's quite a deep commentary on kind of the stuff I've been talking about. But anyway, moving on. I'd like to be able to do more of that, but the problem is you get tripped up with copyright strikes with Facebook or YouTube or anyone or Twitch. On Twitch, I can use anything. We can have a watch party with anything on Prime. But, you know, like that's, you know, that limits us somewhat, okay? You know, not a lot, but we could do that. But it's kind of like, well, you need to have a platform that's not going to sort of take down the stream instantly based on these fucking ridiculous things. So, but people seem to want Discord because Discord integrates with Patreon. Discord is, you know, especially with like Midjourney and all those other things now being on Discord, most people now have Discord. And I don't want people to have to fucking install another fucking app just for me because that's just a stupid thing. But I personally prefer Telegram and don't like Discord. I do have a Discord server. I had one running. It was going well. And then I nuked it because it was too much maintenance and I couldn't do it myself. But I'm thinking that, but you can stream to Discord. So I need to look up whether Discord will copyright strike you for doing watch parties or not. That's sort of the gap. But because I can do sort of, yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out some of that stuff. Now, I do obviously have a Cloudflare stream account as well, and I can, but I'd need to write a script that will just, you know, create all, like, I could actually just create, I could just use Cloudflare directly. Yeah, anyway, that's just anyway, moving on. But yeah, so that's sort of my thing is that I'm just not Discord. It feels like it's for kids. I don't know, and it's just I find it annoying. I don't know why. I just do, and also it's just another one of those fucking companies that if you put. I prefer Telegram because it's open source and I can roll my own thing on top of it if I need to. I just err on the side of that wherever I can. The chat's not coming up. Is the chat coming up on the? It's not, is it? Hang on. Where are we? Is the chat? Oh yeah, it is. I was just covering it. Oh yeah, exactly. The children Discord. Yeah, and it's just like, you know. Yeah, so it's like I don't know. I'm just in two minds about the whole thing. So I'm just trying. There's just a lot of things to sort through. Yeah. Anyway, the tech test seems to be going well. I haven't seen any major dropouts, so that's good at least. I've got to skin this chat. I don't like it. It was nice before, but I've got to CSS that. But, you know, hello, super mega ultra producer. Oh, God. Oh, I don't know. I'm starting to think Twitter's a lost cause. I don't like thinking it. I don't like that thought. It upsets me. But I know all good things have to come to an end. But, you know, this whole thing with Matt Taibbi, you know, it's just, you know.
That's a paddling.
That's the Twitter algorithm.
Oh, you better believe that's a paddling.
It's like posting a link.
That's a paddling.
Not being verified.
That's a paddling.
Is it coming up? You gonna come up, Nan? No? Okay, Nan's not working. Oh well. That's a shame. Is that working? Yeah, that's a paddling. Just every time I was reading the algorithm, I was like, that's a paddling. That's a paddling. Ooh, you betcha. Looking at my sandals, that's a paddling. Looking out the window, that's a paddling. Paddling the school canoe, ooh, betcha, that's a paddling. Oh, God, but Matt Taibbi quitting Twitter, and I don't know what the fuck. This week I've been a bit out of it. All I do is just go, everyone calm down, wait and see what the official line is. There's probably an explanation, but there's only so many times you can say that and go, this guy needs a comms team, for fuck's sake. Why am I having to do fucking comms for this fuckhead for free? Not only that, I give him money. It's like, you can only fucking, it's like, is it sunk costs at this point? Yeah, I'm doing better. I'm feeling good, actually. I'm still haven't figured out how to make chocolate eggs liquid. Because it's Easter. But I did actually, I actually have, admittedly, I have had one or two and melted them in my mouth. Because I'm not supposed to, but I can, if you can tolerate the sugar, then you're okay. I'm fine. But yeah, it's like, how is it any different to the fucking fruit and custard that you're telling me? Fruit juice and custard. It's like, it's still sugar. Get fucked. I'm having. I did actually. I bought white chocolate. Because Paul bought some of those white chocolate Lindt balls, and we've got the Nespresso barista. So I put like 2 or 3 of them into milk and frothed the milk, and it made like a creamy white hot chocolate, like you can get at Sancharo, but like obviously like not as much chocolate because that would be way too much sugar. But like, yeah, that was really cool. So trying to now, can I figure out a way to melt hot cross buns? Anyway.
That's a paddling.
My other buttons aren't configured yet. I'll just go with that one. Do have this one though. Oh, it's muted. Hang on, you ready? Wait. Hopefully that didn't blast out your speakers. What about this one?
Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Okay. I'm working on the buttons. Working on them. That's my next goal. Now that I know that this is all working, the lighting, I'm actually really happy with the lighting for the first time ever. You know how all I've ever done is moan and complain about my lighting? I'm actually very happy about the lighting. Brilliant. Kit lens. Finally got there in the end. But Beck's been here. I've got Paul made me a frame that's attached to the desk. It's a big painted white wall. Both of my lights are pointed in this direction towards the wall for my lights, because the direct lights don't work. They don't look good. But this looks much nicer. No hot cross buns. Holy shit. Actually, Beck, I said this on Facebook already, but we need some sort of like exchange program where I'll send you Twisties, Tim Tams, like, and various other things, and you can send me all the weird fucking like ingredients, like, because I need like sweet corn. There's this thing, sweet corn extract that I use, and like various extracts and like fucking weird Franken shit that like only America has. And you can send me that, and I'll send you when you're there until we get there, of course. Hint, hint. Every engineering team needs someone like me on it. Everyone. Unless we get there. We were actually, oh no, God, no, I'd die. That's got fucking more sugar than this fucking thing. Yeah, but yeah, I'll have to send you the Australian bread. Okay, have to confess, we were looking at houses in Seattle and we were looking at some of the houses and stuff. And we were like, yeah, like we'd probably buy a little bit of like a house out, a little further out. But like we're looking at some of that, and I was thinking about all the things we grow and all those things. So this is what you've done to me, Beck. You shouldn't fucking make plans with me, because we started to get ideas about things. Yeah, I couldn't eat American bread. I just buy a bread maker. But I'm just like that. I'll just make it. I'm just like make my own shit most of the time anyway. Like I'm quite happy to do that. You have to see a dietitian as part of these things. And the surgery thing. And I said to her, she's obviously used to dealing with like whatever. And like it was just like, who would like buy yogurt? Like it takes like half an hour to make like 4 liters of yogurt. Why would you fucking buy yogurt? Like it doesn't take long. If you got an instant, you just put it on and you got yogurt. And she looked at me like it's like, yeah, that's me. I just make my own shit. It's not like I'm a farm lady or anything, but yeah, drive to Vancouver for bread. So I can absolutely see that if we've moved there, and you were like, we were neighbours and shit, be like, I'm going to Canada, get me some fucking like cheaper medication and some bread. Go on a day trip. It's like living in Western Australia where it's not unlike living in Geraldton where, you would drive for like an hour or so to go to Geraldton or to go to the local fucking Woolworths to get your stock up, and except you'd be driving to Canada. I just buy a bread maker. Fucking hell. Yeah, anyway, if we ended up there, then I would I'd make bread for you. How's that sound? Anyway, I'm going to go. I think that's it. I think I'm tired. I've run out of steam. I think this tech test went well. I've received 100 messages today. Woohoo! Oh, that's one thing. Do you know what I want? Speaking of sausage, I want to know how to make American sausage. Like the sausage meat that's I could probably Google it actually, but like the sausage meat that's in like a McMuffin, like the spicy American sausage. I don't know how to get what that is. I think, is it mince, like ground up extra fine with like spices and shit? I don't know what that is, but it's num num. I want some of that. Anyway. So I think you can buy like, obviously you got that stuff you can put in sausage rolls, but I think you just got to add extra flavouring and stuff. I got to start thinking about things like that at the moment because I can't eat that shit for 3 months. I've already lost like 4 kilos without even fucking trying. I'll probably be shrinking before your eyes. Not that anyone can tell. My skin's shit though. But, yeah. Oh my God, speaking of sending plumbers, guess what? Our plumbing's fucked. Been gurgly, all like the house is gurgling and like the toilet, and it's like, of course it is because it's the Easter holidays. Paul's out getting a plunger right now and hoping, I was like, yeah, he had a shower and all our drains are going gurgly. So yes, we've got to go deal with that too. We're gonna get your big moustache. Get your big like moustache and your like short shorts. I reckon that would be a good look for you, Matt. Your fucking tight denim, your tight denim shorts and your giant porn stash. Bicarb. I've got heaps of that. Should we put that, just put that down the toilet? Or down each drain? Because I was thinking about just putting a spot of Drano down everything and hoping for the best. But like, what is it? What is it? So you put like, okay, so what, you'd pour it down every sinkhole? Just pour bicarb down there. And vinegar as well, or just bicarb? Okay, we'll give that a go. But this seems like we'll give it a go, but like, we'll see how we go. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. No. Not if you want to live. I should just add ammonia as well, just for fun. Kidding. Anyway, that's me. I'm gonna go. I will be back I might do one on Monday. See how I feel. But I'm fading a bit now. I want to get a better chair. I want to get a comfy. This is my office chair at the moment because I can't sit on the other one, but I need to. I want to get a nice fancy armchair. We'll see how we go. Anyway, at least now the machine's working. At least I'm happy that the iMac is working and functioning as it should. And we are. Hopefully the sound is good. I will tweak it a little bit more if I need to. Hopefully it's not too bad. It sounded okay on my laptop and TV earlier, but might still be a bit of tinniness or, whatever. But, we'll see how we go. But I do like the fact that this now, I've got a separate recording at the moment. It's not recording automatically at the moment because there's nothing of interest here, but I can actually sit and record vertical video at the same time. There we go. Fucking hell. Remember when it's just like we're not allowed to what the fuck? Everyone was made fun of for doing portrait video. Remember that? Portrait video. Why do fucking stop doing vertical video? Idiot. Vertical video. And then all of a sudden, why aren't you doing vertical video? Like, oh, for fuck's sake. Don't get 2 seconds to fucking adjust to anything. This is where I'm fucking 100 years old. I'm trying not to get old. I'm trying not to be old, which is I just embrace change, which is when I see AI, I don't go, kill it. I go, okay, well, what next? What's my career look like? Okay, well, obviously I'm training as a lawyer, so there's going to be areas of, contention for many years to come around that. That said, I haven't even dealt with social media problems yet, let alone AI. So, I'm not confident that that's, whatever. But like, okay, versus like, it's just, anyway. I just try not to be reactionary in general, but anyway, thank you so much for chatting with me and testing things out and all of that jazz. And thank you for the toilet and bicarb advice. All right, hopefully we don't need to call a plumber, but this is one of those it's just fucking sick of renting, man. It's like, so just fucking sick of it. Anyway, it's not going to change anytime soon because I have no career to speak of anymore. So unless somehow, miraculously, Twitter decides that I'm something other than a fucking content person or a content moderator, then, or whatever the fuck, I don't even know. I have no idea what the fuck's going on anymore. Anyway, I'm going to start moving my streams to more sort of private channels so that I can be more candid with certain things and that it is members only, and then the clips, because obviously I'd like to be able to talk more candidly about certain things, especially industry shit, right? God, Elon Musk frustrates me to no end. It's just like, fucking hell. Twitter was it had its problems, but, and I'll acknowledge all of those problems, but like, fucking hell, man. It's pretty hard. It's just, anyway. I want to do some more sketch comedy too. Write some sketches and shit. I'm trying to rope the boys into it. Try and rope the boys into some sketch stuff. Anyway, I've got to go. I love you. Become a patron if you like. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and do better stuff soon. I'm going to start going through clips. Some of the whole backs have been around tech, but this old iMac, this 2011, seems to be holding it together for now. So, you know, I get to sort of live another day, even if it is, you know, 720p and like lower res and, you know, can't do too much stuff. At least I can, you know, talk and stuff. So at least we can have some fun. So anyway, I'm going to go. I love you. Take care. I don't have a like an outro or intro yet on this. I was going to, yeah. So I didn't want to do all that work before, you know, being sure that it would work. But now that it is, I'm going to go do that. So take care. Bye.